Hi, the main subject that I would like to speak today is what's better for boxing, running or cycling. Yes, I know that there are different ways that you can improve your cardiovascular endurance. For example, you can use HIIT training using as an assault bike, and a sled, battle ropes, things like that. But I think we have easier access easier access to cycling or running. So that's the main ones I will be comparing. Just running or cycling, which one is the best? So let's first talk about which metabolic system do you use when you are boxing, and that will be important for the specificity of your training. So it will be depending of a couple of variables. For example, how many rounds is your match? Is it 3, 6, 9, or 12? The other thing is maybe the type of boxer you are. Maybe you are more like a flat-footed boxer. You are more waiting for the correct moment to strike, so you are not moving around all the time. Or on the contrary, you might be more elusive, moving around all the time. You are very explosive when you strike. You are striking all the time, which probably will be using more on towards the anaerobic system. Next thing is that I would like to speak is where is it better to run or cycling? Yeah, so you can be either outside in the pavement, or you can cycle on a treadmill or on a stationary bike. And according to the literature, and I will post the link to the study below. According to the literature, you can achieve a higher VO2 max when you are running on a treadmill. And same thing, you can achieve a higher VO2 max when you are cycling on a stationary bike. And so that could be for different possibilities. For example, when you are running outside or cycling outside, you have to be more careful with other cyclists, pedestrians, cars. You have to be careful with the crossings and things like that, which can also be your mind is all over the place, right? When you are on a treadmill or on a stationary bike, you don't have to worry about all those things. Plus, for example, if you are looking to improve, for example, your anaerobic system, and you want to do the sprints on a hill, it's much easier to just change the gradient on a treadmill, and there you go. You can be 1 to 3 minutes on that hill, giving all you can. Yeah, it's very difficult to find, at least here in London, where you can find that hill and push yourself for all that long. Besides that, and I will also give you a little bit more information later on, is you can also save your joints and your back by running on a treadmill rather than running outside, or even, well, cycling, to be honest, is also a little bit easier on the joints. Mainly for the runners outside, I would certainly suggest you to run inside. You will be mainly for your longevity. If you do want to stay longer in the game, I would really suggest you to run on a treadmill. It will be easier for your joints, easier for your knees, your ankles, and your back. So there you go. So finally, which one is better for boxing? Is it better running or cycling? And the answer is running. According to the literature, with my own experience, yes, running has the slight edge. So in these studies, they found that an individual of 150 pounds will burn 1,000 calories by running, compared with 850 calories when cycling. So it's 150 calories more. Then they mention another study made by Harvard Medical School, where 3 athletes will have 6 to 10 beats higher heart rate when they are running than when they are cycling. And now I'm going to show you some slides with some information that I have acquired on my own experience. All right, now talking about my own experience, here I am showing you a chart where I am training at my boxing club, and if you can see the first 2/3 of it, I'm basically working on my aerobic zone, which is I'm skipping shadow boxing, and most probably working on the back. And at the end, those 3 peaks is actually when I am sparring. If you see, I'm actually hitting above 90%, which is my anaerobic system. And some time during those minutes of sparring, I'm actually using also as well my aerobic system, which is when I'm slowing down, moving, relaxing. All right, that's quite important because depends of it is how you should train. Remember the specificity part of your training. Remember that in order to improve your performance in a specific activity, you should train. Your training should closely mimic the movements and energy system that you require for your activity. And that's the part where the intensity and duration of your training. In this other chart, what you will see is this is another day at my boxing club. Same thing, more or less at the middle of the session. I'm sparring, same 3 rounds, hitting those peaks in red using my anaerobic system most of the times while I'm sparring. And then also part of it is my aerobic. Now, how can you calculate your maximal heart rate? That's easy. You just do 220 less your age, and that's how you can get your maximal heart rate. Now, you don't need to have monitor chest strap to track your heart rate. You can also use the rate of perceived exertion. You can use the Borg scale, which is there are 2. One is 1 to 10 and 1 to 20. I use with my clients 1 to 10. It's easier to understand. 1 is very easy. 10 extremely exhausted. You can last very few even seconds at your 10, which is 10 as 100%, 90%. All right, so let's talk now about cycling. And as you can see on this chart, here I'm going on my way to work. This is quite early in the morning, so that's why I'm only doing 33 minutes to get there. It's about 13 kilometers the distance. My maximum speed was 33.8 and my average speed is 23.1, considering that there is not too much traffic, and I'm doing my best to go as fast as I can. However, to be honest, it's not very challenging because most of the way is quite flat. There is only probably 1 or 2 hills. One of them is in London Bridge, so it's quite easy, to be honest. It's difficult to challenge yourself in central London, considering you have to be careful with the cars as well. The next chart, this one is when I'm actually going from work to home. That's why I'm so it's more there is more people, there is more cars. I have to be more careful in the crossings, etc. So that's why as you can see, it's this almost the same distance, and however I'm doing 44 minutes, almost 45 minutes to get there. My average speed is 17.7 and my maximum speed was 41.5, when it's actually you see the blue line is I'm hitting 42 kilometers per hour, and at that time is when you will see on the next chart. Then you see that's when I'm actually hitting almost the yellow zone, so I have to go quite fast for around more than 40 kilometers per hour to try to hit the yellow zone, which in London is quite difficult, to get a straight line or that you can last for that long. So now let's talk about running, and you see in the next chart I will be running about 20 minutes, and you will see that I'm hitting my anaerobic zone, both anaerobic and aerobic zone. Usually is when you are about 85% up, hitting your anaerobic, and below your aerobic zone, which is what I do. I try to to be always at a steady pace above about the green zone. I do my best to be above the green zone to push myself. So then I sprint. Sometimes I do it by time, sometimes I do it by distance, but I try to also last as long as I can. Then I lower my pace, working on the aerobic, and then again sprinting. All right, so I just want to mention very quickly so that we don't deviate too much of topic. So yes, we do use maximal heart rate to give us an idea of which system we are using, if it's aerobic or anaerobic. However, it is much better to use more sophisticated ways to know, for example, using a lactate threshold test or a VO2 max assessment. However, due to we have less access to those, or they are more expensive, the best way to do is using your maximal heart rate or use your rate of perceived exertion. All right, here we have a table that is provided by Polar, and where it gives us how it correlates which zone we are with the percentage of your maximal heart rate. In this next slide, we see how it correlates to your maximal heart rate with the different systems. For example, you can either be on your aerobic system or a combination both, which uses the lactate threshold system, or the anaerobic system, which is also using carbohydrates, but also using creatine phosphate. If you want to wish to know more about it, or just you can leave a comment below, and I will make a video related to that. Now, when is it better to cycle than running in boxing? There are advantages when you can cycle. For example, you have shin splints or any tendonitis, for example, in your Achilles. Well, you can always choose to cycle if you want to keep your condition. Or improve your condition while you recover. Yeah. So the problem when you are running, yes, there is a lot of stress in your joints, in your muscle as well. So that's why it does have the advantage sometimes to cycle. So this is it for now. Please like and share. I will be very soon making a video on wrist injuries. I think it's very important for the longevity of the sport. It's one of the most common injuries in boxing. Please also, if you have any other subject or topic that you would like me to speak about, please leave a comment below, and I will be making a video as soon as I can about it. Thank you so much for watching again, and have a great day. Hopefully I'll see you soon.